Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Past The Barb. Today is Tuesday, February 7th. I am your host, Adam Bartusek, and we have a full house tonight. No leg room on the bottom here. We will roll through down on the bottom here. First, we've got Mr. Will Stolski, who's recently back from his guiding, I believe.
As of like 15 minutes ago. Yeah, I just made it home. So back for a little bit anyways.
So Stolski is back. He's repping the porn stash, looking good. Gotta love it.
Be nice.
And Hahner, now with no facial hair, stuck in the middle.
Yep. I figured I got to get some growth, like start fresh, and then by walleye season, it's going to be,
just a straight clear cut, eh?
Yeah, there's going to be some.
It'll be raging.
Some sketchy men looking at me.
It is crazy how different you look when you do just shave it all right off.
Just losing years, hopefully.
Yeah, you just get back from middle school classes?
Yeah.
All right. And then
very young.
Bottom left here, we got Mr. Ryan Pinkalla holding down the fort. And right on par, his mic cut out. Could not have been more planned. Drunk Woody, get to start drinking right away. Up on the top, we have got guests joining us. So we got the full Crappie Chronicles crew here tonight. We got Griff. Yep, just doing peace signs. And then Waldo.
What's up?
And yeah, so I think the plan today is we are going to dive into, it's just going to be a lot of storytelling about behind the scenes of our East Coast trip, I think. First, we're going to kind of roll into some current events going on, just what in the world is going on type of stuff, and maybe a few other segments, but largely we're going to dive into the behind the scenes of the main film video that just came out and the whole trip in general. But first, anyone want to lead off with any current events or anything?
Pink, you're muted again.
Pink has to figure out his mic right now.
I guess I don't have a current event. I have more of like something I recognize that I had no idea. A historical event, but that was about it.
What is it, Cody? Can you say it?
I can if I'll be allowed to talk inside the segment.
You will have to consult with Adam on that, but I'd like to hear it.
You may speak.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Now go. All right.
No.
Oh,
Are we good, Griff, Waldo?
yeah, we're.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I don't care. Go
All
for
right,
it.
So I follow this historical history and memes is what it's called, and I got this one sent to me that was super funny, and basically the title of it is the meme. Oh, I should have had this up faster. Here we go. The Great Midwestern Floods of 1993 were allegedly caused by a 24-year-old James Scott who allowed the West Quincy levee to fail to strand his wife on the other side of the river so he could be free to party and go fishing with his friends.
Hell yeah.
Good boy.
Shout out to that guy.
Right.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Hey,
I mean,
Moment, you know.
he took one for the boys there.
yeah, ultimate bro moment.
Fuck a levy.
He had something coming down on him. He's like, let's stall it out for another month, boys.
We're in this together.
We're in this. We're in this.
They're all like, "You're gonna be able to make it." He's like, "Dude, I got a plan." And then the next day,
He's like, watch this, bro.
the next day they see the news. They're like, "Hey, did you guys see this levee break? There's floods everywhere." And he's like, "What levee?"
You see these guys out in like a 12-foot John boat just casting and just shotgun shells just floating down the river. Like, yes,
Hey,
another
it.
gar.
Hell of a party.
Oh, it's a drum.
Hell of a party.
Sick. Yeah, but I guess he got 20 years in prison for that. So
What?
I
Yeah.
hope the party was
It
one.
was probably worth it though.
I guarantee
One
you.
night at least.
I bet
Well,
it was awesome.
he got his Saturday night back, you know.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I bet he tore it up.
No, that was my quick clip that I had found.
That's good. That's funny.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Will, you got any current event wise besides just getting back from Idaho?
Yeah, nothing like too pressing, I guess. I was just really happy that I had good roads to drive on today, so that was really nice because it has been pretty shitty over here. But yeah, it was like 40 degrees when I got back to Bozeman. So smooth sailing. Yeah, so no complaints for me.
Sick.
Love it. Pink.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in before I cut out again. Work's been an absolute train wreck, but I wrote a goddamn book.
Woo!
Yes,
Yeah.
and Ryan, is it available to purchase now? And
It's
where can the people
sale,
purchase
baby.
it?
For
Oh,
sale
yeah, I
on
already got
Amazon.
mine.
Very nice. Congratulations.
I'm sure we'll probably get a link up here, but you can get it on Amazon. It's called The Frozen Kitchen. It's the only book called that, so if you look it up, you'll find it.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
Or
I'm
just
gonna-
type in
I
Ryan
like the
Pinkalla.
picture, the front picture too.
It turned
Great.
out good,
Really
dude. The
sweet.
cover-
Great cover photo. Epic
Thank you.
cover photo. It's
wanna-
like perfect.
You want to know something funny about that cover photo?
What,
was,
Adam?
It was taken as a game warden
bet-
was walking
I
up
bet if
to
you
us
zoom
while
in-
we were out on.
If you zoom in close enough, you
like-
can probably see the game warden in the crappie's eyeballs reflecting.
yeah,
Just standing on. He was actually a pretty cool warden, though.
no, he
Yeah.
was super cool. He was really nice. But yeah, there's definitely like Pink caught this crappie when we were finishing episode 9, I think it was, and he was like, "Yo, dude, I need this pic to like get it for the cover." So like I'm helping him stage it and everything, and I like look up and I'm like, "Oh, sick! There's a game warden walking over," and Pink's just sitting there snapping photos, and the game warden's like right here.
Which probably wouldn't be a big deal, but the dude's probably standing there like, "What the hell is this?"
What are they
What are
doing?
these guys doing?
Just
Yeah,
like,
there's-
trust the process. bro.
We walked them through everything. We kept them away from you guys.
Quick question, Ryan. So when people order the book, which I'm about to order one as well, how long does it take to get it? Do you know?
So based on what it said on Amazon, so like I don't know because they print them to order basically.
Sure, kind of
but-
made to order.
In there, it tells you the estimated shipping time. So basically, from the day you order it, you will have it within 7 days.
Hey, I can
That's
tell
awesome.
you.
Yeah, it's at a week for mine.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't exactly know because they don't like inventory them, right? So they basically, if you
Right.
order it, it triggers the like printing process. So they're
Okay.
pretty much made as you order them.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I ordered mine today, and it says that it's going to arrive on the 16th.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
same
like,
with mine.
dude, I do not even have a copy yet. So
Sure.
I've seen like all the digital renderings of it and everything, but I didn't want to hold it up too long. So like I could have got like a proof, they send you a proof copy, but I was just
Yeah.
like, run it. Let's go,
Yeah, just go.
So
Yeah, and I don't think our friends and everybody who gets it'll be too picky if maybe a
It-
little font or something's a little off, but it should be good. It looks really sick.
yeah,
And
I mean
there's
like
pics. I know
been through the
Pink,
manuscript
you
a
used,
bajillion times.
yeah, you use pics from all 3 seasons of the Chronicles, some
Yes.
stuff that people have never seen. Like there's
Yep.
unreal stuff in there.
Yeah, there's some really great photography in there. The photos of the food are, I think, really good. So hopefully you know what I'm saying? Like you see it on a computer, but when you get it in your hands, I'm hoping it kind of like is the same.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I think
Nice.
either way, it'll be good. The recipes I think are good, and I think people are gonna love it. So, but it's out there.
Awesome. I
So,
just placed
yeah.
I just placed my order. So
Oh, yeah.
it said same thing, week out. So
Well,
Perfect.
and what we need people to do is, since the people who are here are like our diehard friends and diehard Chronicles fans, if you order this book, I know you're probably not going to have it yet, but like if you guys can go leave a 5-star review and a review ASAP, like that will help tremendously and actually get it into the Amazon algorithm,
Awesome.
because otherwise it's just going to disappear. So please go give it a review for Ryan. It's very similar to like when you guys comment and like our videos and everything right away. So
Yeah.
just give it a little traction immediately and a little bit of love.
And this is new for us. Like we haven't done this before. I can't say I've written a lot of books, so giving her a go here. But
2 of us, brother.
So wait,
far,
we'll do a quick trivia question here for Pink. You can't answer this one, but Waldo,
Okay.
Griff, Hahner, Will, guess how many pages is said cookbook?
86. 88.
75.
63.
It started in the description.
I'm just gonna take the over and go 90.
Pink, what was it exactly?
88.
Oh,
It
So,
says it in
yeah.
the description how many pages it has.
So you cheated. It's fine.
So Griff cheated.
Did you like?
I looked at it earlier. I
dude,
just remember it.
I think it's a legit length though, because it's like it doesn't have a whole bunch of just like bullshit. Like it's just the info you want, you know.
Right.
Cool
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
Everybody likes picture books.
Pictures are great. The recipes are easy. There's not just like all this 50 pages of crap you got to sift through just to be like, how do I make that? It's just what you want. It's perfect. Like I think the audience is dialed to exactly what it is. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I'm pumped to get it. Yeah, when I saw that cover, I was like, "Damn, that's such a sick cover." You know, I thought that was photoshopped. I didn't know that the fork and knife or whatever were real.
well, yeah, no, it was two photos that I combined together, but it's legit both.
Right.
The fish is completely the fish and the hole are completely legit. Like
Yeah, and then I just took a
it's
photo
like
that didn't have a
game
hole
warden
and just
standing
like
there.
put it in there.
Yeah. No, it looks I wasn't knocking it. It looks awesome, but
No, it turned out super clean. Like it looks good.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, so he's hyped on that. Current event wise for me, I am officially all moved back to the parents, and I made a movie, so that was cool. I gotta literally make. I think what's kind of cool about the past 3 years of progressions, it's really sweet is. When I first got into videography and photography, and like I know Will, when we first started filming TYO stuff, like that was when, like basically you say Googans now, like they get a really bad rep, but that's when John B. like had just started the international traveling and everything, and like the trips to like Komodo and all that, and like the super sick trips. And I always remember thinking, in college or high school, just being like, man, I would love to take a trip like that with my best friends and be able to film that like he did. And like being able to literally actually do that and then put it all together was really sick. And I think it was really cool being able to do it in like literally an hour and a half long video, compared to like those videos back in the day were like 10 minutes each. Like the whole series was maybe an hour and a half. So people got to see this whole thing. Major shout out to Luke Lowy. I think Luke is going to hop in here in a bit to chat behind the scenes stuff too. But I do not have that video edited in less than a month without the help of Luke. And also for him, literally his job description when I hired him for this was must fly to Boston and ride train or other public transportation with Waldo and Pink.
yeah, Luke's a G, dude. He came in like just got right on the team. It was sick.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so made a movie that was sick, and it's going over really, really well on YouTube. Really happy with it, and yeah.
Bard, I got one.
Yeah, Waldo, what do you got? I haven't had time to look at the news for the record. Oh, Vikings hired Brian Flores. That's all I got.
That's a good one.
On that.
hate the hire. Hate it.
Really? You don't like
Don't
it?
like it. Hate it. Yeah, dude. I don't think it's going to be very well received by the players, and the entire league hates that guy. And I think that I think
players love him.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Cody? What do you think? You're kind of shaking your head.
I don't know. I guess the media can alter anyone as they see fit, but
True.
From the years that they had, I would say he would go as not received well.
Yeah,
Is that putting it lightly?
That may have been putting it lightly.
yeah. I don't think that. I think the whole entire Dolphins organization hated him.
Yeah.
I don't know what's true and what's not true, but I don't love the hire. Maybe I'll be wrong.
I love the hire for schematically, and like I really do think he'll help the defense basically immediately, because all of his stats for like when he's been somewhere and been in charge of play calling are insane. But I am like the part you're saying, Will, locker room fit. I don't know, but you hope that going as a defensive coordinator instead of a head coach, people like him.
We'll see. Maybe he's a better coordinator than he is a head coach. That could be it. So
Yeah.
Well, hey, how do you feel about your boy Kirk winning that flag football game, though?
Big one.
You knew he was going to win it. It wasn't a primetime game. He had it. He was down.
Yeah,
did he win it? Is that what they did for the Pro Bowl? I wasn't.
They
around.
played
Saw the
3
highlights.
flag football games.
I had some clients that were bitching about it. They're like, these guys make so much money and they won't even hit each other in the Pro Bowl. I'm like, yeah, dude, because they don't want to blow out their ACL.
Yeah,
like,
guess what? They would like the second $25 million check.
yeah.
I'm like, who gives a shit if these guys
Oh
don't
my
want to
God.
put the pads on in February and go and hit each other? I'm like, who cares?
Exactly. But yeah, okay. Sorry. Anyways, Waldo.
Oh my god.
Hit it up. What do you got?
Hang on a sec. My computer keeps coming. Oh my god.
What are you
All right,
doing down there?
I can't touch it. My
First
charger-
time here, Waldo.
My
Wow.
charger is not staying plugged in for whatever reason. But so we got an update on the walleye tournament cheaters.
Shut up.
Oh yeah. So it looks like there's two guys, obviously. I think Ryan Runyon was one of them, and then this Chase Kaminsky. And it looks like Ryan made some bad decisions, and got caught up in things. But it looks like the real piece of work is this Chase dude. So Chase, previously to the walleye tournament scandal, I think is either banned from hunting in Ohio or something along the lines of that because he poached a 200-inch buck off of reservation land. So that was before this walleye tournament scandal. And he pretty much just took the antlers and that was it. Killed the buck, took the antlers, and ditched it.
Yeah.
And
On the res, too.
Yes.
That's
Ballsy.
Wow. It's a major violation.
After this whole walleye tournament scandal, it looks like in January, he was charged with conspiracy to commit forgery with passing fake $100 bills with his 18-year-old son Caden at it looks like it was at a bowling alley. And what they were doing is they would have, let's say, they would get charged for like $60, give them the $100 bill, get $40 back in cash or whatever, and then they were pocketing all the cash that they were getting from paying with counterfeit money to make money. And so he was
This
charged.
guy's really creative and works really hard at ways to make money by not working hard. And,
Yeah. He also has so that goes right along with that. So it looks like he was charged with forgery, trademark counterfeiting, and theft by deception. And he got his son charged by it too.
That's a hell of a resume.
Oh yeah.
Shout out that guy.
And then October 17th, he was charged with stalking and harassment as he harassed a woman through text messages and hazardous driving, following her home to her Jefferson Township residence.
Naturally.
You'll have that.
So this guy is just a piece of work and just cannot avoid the law at ever. So I really hope they completely throw a look at this.
Matt, where does this guy live? Where do they live? Is it Ohio?
Ohio.
Yeah, they live in Ohio.
It is Ohio, of course, dude. I didn't know if it was Ohio for sure. That was a wild guess, I think, before we started. But
Like
I would have guessed Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Ohio, I don't know if anybody has any Ohio ties here.
Yeah.
I've never been to Ohio. I assume some of you guys have been there or driven through it. I couldn't think of a worse place on earth, and maybe it's okay. But have you guys ever seen? It's like a meme. It's one of those billboards, and it says, like you see it driving. It says like hell or heaven, but instead of heaven, it says hell, or no, it says heaven or Ohio instead of heaven or hell. Like, Jesus.
Pretty accurate. Definitely pretty accurate. Cleveland's a great place.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember Cleveland.
Dude, you ever seen that Cleveland video, that one that they put out a long time ago? It was like a fake tourism one that just talks so much shit about Cleveland.
I have seen that. I know what you're
It's
talking
so
about.
good, dude.
It's hysterical.
I do not. I do
Every
not.
day I wake
I'll
up, I'm
send
just
it
happy
to
I don't
you.
live
It's
there.
hilarious, dude.
Oh yeah.
Fuck Ohio. We're an anti-Ohio podcast.
Yeah.
We're burning bridges, dude. We got Illinois down, Ohio.
Yeah,
What's
who's
next?
next? Who's next?
Crosshairs are they're
Dude,
drifting.
we're coming for you.
All right. So, current event wise, Griff, you got anything going on? You've been back to Gaiden?
Yeah, guidance been good, but the thing I would say that was pretty cool is me and Pink and Luke, Waldo was there. We went and targeted sheephead. Actually targeted them through the ice.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got him. Boy.
Oh yeah, Pink was all about it. Like we'd see crappies and he's like, no, sheephead. And I'm like, dude, but there's big crappies right there. And he's like, I don't care. Sheephead.
They were big dogs. We were getting them.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah, people get to see. We stumbled onto that bite. It'll be in kind of one of the last episodes of the Chronicles for the year, probably. But yeah, we were rolling around with Mega Live, and all of a sudden we're like, dude, look at these things. And Griff and I went and chased them for a while, thinking they were big crappies. Then eventually we were like, I think these are drum, because Waldo caught one. But then Griff that day, God, how big was that one you caught with me? Like,
Probably
I played it
6
live.
pounds.
I was like, go to that school of crappies. He drilled on the crappies, dropped down, drum, giant drum.
But they were all like 4 to 7 pounds
Yeah. The one I lost when I was there with Pink was not coming up the hole.
in 8-inch. It got
wide.
stuck.
It wasn't coming up there. It was way too big. Like its
It was
forehead was taller than an 8-inch hole.
Well, dude, and you fought it for like 10 minutes.
Oh, easily. I'd get it off the bottom. He would just swim back down there and sit there. And I'm like, okay, well, let me reel the brick back up off the bottom and for it to go right
Try
back
again.
down there. Oh, it was crazy, dude. And on a schoolie, 19-inch rod, just torqued over the whole time. It was
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
fun fish.
That's fun.
Did can you feel their like drum roll, the run they do open water, but can you feel it through the ice? Is it kind of similar?
Not on a schoolie, dude. It just goes.
No, they feel like a giant crappie, to be honest with you. Like they shake their head that super slow where the rod just does the pump like that, just like a crappie. But then they take the runs and you're like, this is obviously not a crappie.
Yeah.
But
They have
it's like fighting a really big crappie, basically.
oh,
I
yeah.
think Pink was probably so excited to catch something besides crappies that if he would have caught like a 16 or something, he just would have been like, oh, not a drum. And just thrown
Yeah.
it. Thrown it
Well,
right
and I
back.
will say, all those drum knifed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really? That's
Meat
bold.
season.
Meat season, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll get made into a future video recipe, I'm sure.
Yeah. I got it.
But okay, cool. We're catching up with everybody there. That's been good. Now we're gonna roll into another one of our favorite segments before we kind of roll into story time and just debriefing our trip. And Hahner and Will just basically get to play interviewer. But Will's Wiki find.
I
What do we
got one.
We got
Yeah,
JFK Reloaded.
No, not J. And this one is something that I knew about it, and some people might know about it. Do you guys know what Jonestown is? Have you heard of this?
I think so.
No.
I
You're
think I've
familiar.
heard of it, but I couldn't tell you what it is.
So Jonestown, on the in the country of Guyana, here it is. So this guy, Jim Jones, he was the head of this big church, and basically what he did is he moved his
Wait,
congregation.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So this isn't really that good because everybody knows it. But
I don't know the full
I don't know
details to it. Yeah.
Bring it. Bring it.
Bring it.
Yeah.
So Jim Jones, this preacher, he's a kind of a preacher figure in this cult. Basically, he's got this church, and it was based in California, I believe. Bear with me as I'm sort of catching up on the facts here as we're going. But he moved the whole congregation, which was like 1,000 people, to the country of Guyana in Georgetown, and they had a commune. So like kind of normal, like whatever, like built houses and had schools and all that stuff. Well, it gets a little less normal. So he gets all the whole gang gets together on November 18th, and he convinces them all to drink the Kool-Aid, which has cyanide in it. And they commit a mass suicide where 909 people died. Yeah.
Just kidding. I didn't hear this.
Yeah.
That's some fat stats right there.
Yeah,
Major.
no kidding.
Actually, sorry, 918, all but 2 from apparent cyanide poisoning. So he called it a revolutionary suicide. And so I guess basically he got all these people, wound up and said, like, everybody needs to do this. So then we'll go to heaven. But it's the biggest mass murder, suicide, whatever, massacre, really, in recorded history in one event, I guess, minus wartime. But Yeah, guards armed with guns and crossbows have been ordered to shoot anyone who attempted to flee the settlement as Jones lobbied for suicide. So that's kind of the gist of it, I guess. But I
Got a
remember
little less
So they're
weird.
like, kill yourself or we'll kill you.
basically it's like drink. It's like do you want the Kool-Aid or you want the crossbow?
Basically, he just woke up one morning and he's like, dude, this whole running a cult thing's like way more work than I thought it was going to be. So I'm just going to
But I'm
make everyone
taking them
die."
all with me.
So I think basically, I think what happened is that he was essentially running out of money, and also too, there were some like, I think like the U.S. government was starting to look into this whole thing and be like, something isn't right here. Like I think people tried to leave and he wouldn't let them.
Mhm.
So I think they were starting to close in on him, and then he was like, "Yeah, fuck it, everybody's gonna die." So
So did he die too?
yes, but the thing is, he didn't drink the Kool-Aid. I remember reading about this somewhere. I'm pretty sure that he made somebody shoot him.
Smart man.
I don't think it was kind of like a Hitler situation, you know. Hitler, like I don't know if Hitler. Nobody really knows if he shot himself or someone else shot him in the bunker, but like similar to that, I don't think he could do it himself.
Right.
So, Jonestown.
Wow. So I thought you were going to talk about something along the lines of Jones Soda. So
Oh well,
I was
I mean,
a little off.
it was
That
it was
seems
a Jones,
different.
It was a different brand of Jones
A little
soda.
bit.
Yeah. So like when you said drink the Kool-Aid, like I was totally in. I was like, I am totally right about this.
That's where that saying. That's where that saying comes from. Like, don't drink the Kool-Aid. It's from that. They laced with cyanide.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but I
Okay.
don't think they named Jones Soda after that.
No, and
In
also too.
retrospect, whoever named Jones Soda, isn't that a really bad idea?
Yeah,
Here-
they just
here's-
put pictures of all the people that killed themselves.
It
on
was
their bottles.
before. It had to have been before. But here's the thing. So Kool-Aid, after this happened, Kool-Aid got such bad press that they like fought it, and they were like, "No, it wasn't just Kool-Aid. Like there was another kind of sports drink thing that was used.
Like,
it was
It's
like
that Crystal Light, dude.
Bingo.
Tang.
They're like-
That's what happened to Tang.
It's like it's not just Kool-Aid, but
Yeah, oddly enough, I was told this story when I was in like 5th grade. And the
Yeah.
weird thing is I went to a Lutheran elementary school, and they taught it in our religion class.
yeah, I kind of remember learning about it in school vaguely.
Make sure you listen to our religion, not no one else's religion, because
Just
otherwise
an
someone might tell you to
uplifting-
drink Kool-Aid to die. Is that what the lesson plan was for
It
the day,
must have
Hunter?
been. It must have been. Or like
Yeah.
to I think it was something with false prophets, and that's where we tied everything in. I'm like,
That was kind of it all looped back.
yeah. Oh, we get Kool-Aid.
I think it's
no.
I just think
Well-
it's insane. It's like crazy how many of these like cult stories you hear where there's like one guy who like gets people to do all this crazy shit. And I don't know, I've never like been in a cult, obviously, but maybe once you're in it, it's hard to realize that you're in one, and you just think like, yeah, I'm just gonna, this guy knows all and I'm gonna do everything he says. But I feel like I'd be like, something's going on here, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Like,
that's
you
our punishment for losing fantasy fishing. You have to join a cult for a
Yeah.
week. We'll
Hey,
bring you
I've
guys
got a
out.
spot. I've got a spot.
We'll
So
bring
at
you
our
out
family-
after a week, but we're gonna drop you off and like
What, you got a lot of cults going in the saw.
I know where a cult
the
is too.
fact that Hunter
Shawno?
immediately is like, I got a spot.
I do have
Shawno?
a spot.
Oh.
This is
I got a spot too. I got one
This is a
too.
legit big time cult that's been on CNN, NBC multiple times. His
Well,
name's
now
like
it's on Past the Barb, so let's talk.
It's on
name's like-
PTB.
Rama Bahara, and the same old lady
Yeah.
has been working the gate. The same woman, 24/7, her entire life has been there since I was 8 years old. It's the same old lady. Crazy.
Interesting.
Every single day, she's guarding the gate.
She never ages.
Well, I mean, yeah, just a little bit, but
She's
gotta
immo-
be like 95 years old now. But
She's immortal.
yeah, she can't dig tunnels anymore, so I got her stuck to guard duty.
I have a hilarious. I think it's kind of funny, but we'll just divert quick, and then we can get into the Chronicle stuff. But speaking of never aging and being immortal, one time when I was in college, one of my roommates, it's like whatever Saturday we woke up on Sunday. He had this girl over, and the next morning we're sitting in the like living room, and it was my birthday that day, and she was like, "Oh, happy birthday! How old are you?" And like just seamlessly, I was like, "Oh, I'm 742." And she's like, "What do you mean?" And Hayden, my roommate, picked up on it, and he's like, yeah, Will's like immortal. Like he just stays like this forever. Like he's just this age, but he stays the same. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, I just like stay like 22 forever. And I just keep repeating these cycles of going to different colleges and like making new buddies and stuff. And she's like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, I just don't really like to talk about it that much. Like, it's kind of tough because like all my friends end up dying and I just stay the same. She's like, oh my God.
I'm an actual Benjamin Button.
She's like, that must be so hard. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty tough. And Hayden, my roommate, is like totally egging it on. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I sorry, like we didn't mean to bring it up, but like it just is what it is, you know, and not a lot of people know. But I told her,
did she leave some magic crystals behind? Or
she never knew the truth. We never saw, like I never saw her again. I don't think Hayden did either. But like it was just like one of those where you're with your buddies and they pick up on what you're doing immediately, and you're able to just keep it going. But she 100% thought that I was an immortal being, like that I can't die, and I'm just this forever.
So did you close the deal on that one or what?
No, that was his. That wasn't mine.
I don't know. The way you're starting out with that conversation, I'm like,
I might have.
We're gonna have to censor this a little bit, or
no. This is a PG podcast here.
We have different versions of PG after that Dahmer talk.
Yeah. Parental guidance. Yeah. You know.
And Hahner bringing up Kanye and Andrew Tate.
That was like episode 1. Dude.
Just laying it out there.
Just PG.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have the explicit tag, Adam? Do we have to is that put on our stuff?
Yes, I have to put it on every video. Or every podcast.
Well, hey, at least we're showing up, you know.
We're the bad boys of small size fishing podcast.
We're the bad boys of small size fishing podcast.
We're letting them know.
Yeah, when the PTB boys show up, watch out.
Fuck the industry.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
you don't need
about
no
it.
sponsors.
Hide your kids.
Yeah, but if anyone would like to sponsor the podcast, we are actively looking, and we would like to make some money off this.
We would like sponsors.
Please contact Adam for further details.
We're cheap. We're much cheaper than the Chronicles. Please help.
Literally, it's not going to take much.
Oh, we lost Pig. Okay. But anyways, okay. Now we're going to dive into just some behind the scenes stuff. So Hahner or Will, if you guys have any questions of things coming up too, should definitely bring it up. But I don't know. What do you guys think the best way to go about this is? Should we just talk about, first of all, just getting out there? Basically, we need to talk about stuff that wasn't on camera, because anything that's on camera obviously is going to come out in videos, but there's a lot of stuff that still wasn't on camera or has been shown already.
Well, I mean, I guess talk about your drive. I mean, like, we could just start off like we went to Maine and it was lit.
Yeah, first of all, Griffin, my drive was 10 times better than the drive to the UP, because I think we were in Erie, Pennsylvania before we even got to the UP in terms of that time standard, because it wasn't snowing.
Yeah.
I do have one question about that, though.
Yes.
So what Griff? You're drinking Monster now. What the hell happened on this drive that you're not on kickstarts anymore?
I needed something with a little more kick to it. The kickstart just wasn't giving me enough juice, so
you just need a little more horsepower, huh?
Yeah, a little more. I can do the sugar free at least, you know. So
well, you guys got to realize that we started this drive. We get to Chicago, and we're driving through downtown Chicago, and I'm pretty sure we're featured in the next Fast and Furious film. Because holy fuck, man. Like, we're driving down the middle of downtown Chicago at 11 on a Sunday.
With a trailer.
Zoom, 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 zoom. Just, nobody's going.
Everywhere.
Like,
dude,
everybody,
they kept coming.
I think it's a rule in Chicago that everybody has to go a different speed. Like, you got someone going 42, another's going 106, someone's behind them going 74 and slowing down while the other one's accelerating. There's a lot going on. Really, a lot going on.
Especially at 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday, like you said. We roll in there and we're like, what is going on?
But yeah, so then we decided on the way out we weren't going to take the tolls, because with the trailer, dude, it would have been like $400 in tolls $300 in tolls one way. I'm sure Hahner, you're used to that from going up to Champlain.
Yeah, I learned that lesson once. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. But once you do it, you're committed, and there's no way of getting out of it. So you just gotta.
Yeah, exactly. So we didn't take the tolls. And the reason he ended up with the monsters was because I kept looking at him. I'm like, Griff, you got to take a nap, man. Because, like, I can drive for 16 hours straight. But when I hit my wall, I'm out. Like, I got to go to bed immediately. So we got somewhere to the middle of Indiana or something, basically. I think it was, I was thinking of Tommy Boy when we were there. Upper, shit, I can't remember the name of the town. But we got this. Yeah, we got to. Yeah, well, not a lot of the first part of that trip.
Yeah, it was that.
Erie?
It was that night. We didn't stop.
That's good.
Yeah, we just.
You had that white line fever. What was that shit Will was talking about?
Highway hypnosis.
Yeah, but anyways, we pull over at this gas station in Indiana. They had Hahner, you would like this. So I did the good old how much is a tin of chew here?
Yeah,
and it was like $4.50 a tin. I was like, sick. And I got 3 logs.
Yeah.
She totally only charged me for 2 of them. Because I looked and I was like, 52. I was like, $50. Like,
that does not make
in my
sense.
head, I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
This is perfect.
Like, I get back in the truck and look at Griff. I'm like, this was not right, but I'm happy with it.
Yep.
But anyways, yeah, so it's like 4 a.m, and he's like, yeah, I can drive for like 2 hours. And I see him come out with 2 monsters, and I look at him and I'm like, heavy horsepower, huh? He's like, oh, yeah. Because if you guys know Griff, like, the sun goes down, that man can't keep his eyes away.
But he's also literally sponsored by Kickstart, it seems like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
At the end of the season, there's usually like 10 to 15 kickstarts buried in the ice houses.
Yeah, you'll just find random orange Kickstart cans.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
fall out.
Yep.
But no, other than that, so yeah, Griff switched his energy drink preference.
But other than that, it looked like your drive was pretty smooth, right? At least on
Other than driving into like a 40-mile-an-hour wind for the first
that
10
sucked.
hours.
Yeah.
Those bridges look like they were a lot of fun to cross with a trailer.
Yeah, that bridge in New York, holy shit.
Yeah, what was the deal? Because you couldn't see it in the video, but it sounded like that thing was super sketch.
Yeah, I
They
wish.
were literally like holding you in with toothpicks. Like if you
Yeah, there
went
wasn't
like
a guardrail.
this, you were gone. Like it was
just
like
wooden
sticks.
fences.
Yes, it was like 2x2 fence, 200 feet straight down, like 3 feet to your right. Just
Yeah,
Like what is
Griff
You
that?
go
doesn't
this
do
way, you're
well with
gone.
tights. And he looked over and he was like, that was a mistake.
that was so bad. I'm like, just please stay. Then the road was like the middle of it was all gone because they were literally taking the middle lane out. So we're driving on one lane, 200 feet in the air, being protected by toothpicks, basically.
And mind you, that lane was, I mean, maybe 4 inches wider than our trailer on both sides.
No, it was bad.
It's like the ones
not
that have
your driving
the cement barriers, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Like that kind of
Yeah,
vibe.
except no, yeah, but take away the cement barrier.
Except
and
just like for
toothpicks.
sure dead on
Yeah,
this side.
just
and then,
dead.
like
Well, you were dead either way. You go
Oh,
inside,
yeah.
you're dead. Outside, you're dead. You were just dead.
If I sneezed at that moment in the video, you just would have watched us die. Because I just would have been like, God.
There was, that thing was freaky.
It
Oh,
was
yeah.
it was very sketchy.
Thank God you were driving, Barton. Griff didn't look over the side while he was driving. That was bad.
Well, I'd have been like, there we go.
just
Just like, look at that. Just merged over. But yeah, so that wasn't bad. Boston was super easy. Yeah, I mean, when we got to Maine, it was basically just raining.
I was surprised how quick you guys got out there, honestly, because you were kind of sending updates, and all of a sudden you're like, "We're there," and I was like, "Damn."
Well, like it was funny.
Yeah,
You guys went to bed, and by the next morning, like when I was waking up from my little bit of nap, we were in New York, and you guys were waking up for work because we also gain an hour driving that way. So
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. There was nothing really that memorable that happened on that drive.
Oh, we had
Other
to
than
watch
we-
out for moose on the highway. That was about it.
Yeah, there's watch for moose signs everywhere in Maine.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
On the highway.
you didn't see any moose, right?
we did
Never
not.
saw a moose.
Bummer.
Good.
Massachusetts. As soon as we hit Massachusetts, it was watch for moose on the highway. So it's like, yeah, I don't want to see one of those going 70. Please no.
Will, you've seen a bunch of moose up in Alaska, I assume, right?
Yes, and I actually did a moose hunt in New Brunswick, so just north of where you guys were.
Yeah.
Hell
That's in Canada. But yeah, there's moose all over that country.
Yeah. So what happens if you hit one of those with a car? Because we just determined we
Completely.
probably die.
You can't.
Completely destroys it, messes it up. People die a lot, I think, when they hit them.
Oh,
Right,
dude.
they come in the windshield.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
like cut cars in half and stuff. Dude.
Yeah. There's so much leg, you know. I mean, if you have a little car, it's gonna just the whole body is gonna just slam into you.
Just
But,
crush you.
yeah,
Or
Yeah.
you just go underneath it. One of the two.
right.
Yeah.
Depends how slammed your truck is.
Yeah.
That's like 700 pounds plus just going.
Depends how
over.
how
Oh, it's way more than that, dude.
Well, I know that's why I said.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
big. They're big critters. When you walk up on a dead one, it's like you're like, what is this thing? It's nuts.
That's sick.
But yeah, so the drive out wasn't super memorable. But then I guess to connect the dots to right before you guys flew out. So obviously Griff and I were out there for 2 or 3 days just kind of hanging around. Griff, you need to talk about, because like I literally just sat in the Airbnb and edited. The only experience I had with Griff around town was going out to eat. Griff, what is one thing we took away from how Maine prepares their food?
They like salt, a lot of it. At least that first place. Like it got better as we were there, but that place, I think, like the whole recipe was like, there's a burger, throw a shit pile of salt on it. Here you go. Like
Yeah.
it was
Nice
bad.
garnish.
Like a chicken sandwich. Who the hell salts the shit out of a chicken sandwich? Like a grilled chicken sandwich. Like I was like, this isn't cod, dude. Like you don't need to salt. This isn't salt cod. Like it should have been.
Welcome to Maine.
That's how bad it was. I was just like, this is, dude. It was so bad.
Like the food would have been excellent with about half a cup less salt.
Yes.
Is that like a main thing? Did we establish that, or was it just like the
No,
place
that-
you went?
Every
I don't
place
know.
him and
I've
I
never
ate
been to a
at
place
was
in my
really
life
salty.
that had. Yeah, it was a little salty, but that place was a little extreme.
Damn.
Yeah, so that was the one thing. But Griff, you should chat about when you like you went and talked to the locals in town the one day. We also found out that people in Maine don't believe in spud bars. Just to check ice, they just go whoever has a 4-wheeler, just drive out there. If you make it across, you're good. If you
Yep.
don't, wait another week.
And they literally do. Like people like fall through, and then
There
everyone's like,
There
"Oh
was
yeah, that
3
one's not
people
ready
that
yet."
died within the week before we got there. Because they just drive out there on their wheelers. Like literally the guy I talked to at the market, that's what they call a lot of their little gas stations out in the middle of nowhere. The guy's like, oh yeah, these guys just sent their side-by-side out, went through the ice, didn't check ice, did nothing. One of the guys didn't make it out. Like it's just nothing. Like they weren't even like, oh yeah, it was a sad deal. It was just like, yeah, they didn't make it out.
That's absurd.
I'm like, okay.
Not even
And
nervous
And then he's like,
about
be careful out there, you know? And I'm like, what? You just told me a guy just, what?
Yeah, but then you're like, has anyone actually checked the ice out there? They're like, yeah, they drove out. They didn't get it.
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah, they just did.
yeah. It was
It's like,
weird out there.
Wait another week. It's
Yeah.
very weird.
And you go into any, like, because all these little markets, they all have like a fishing section, whatever. Not one spud bar, not any safety equipment, no spikes, no, you know what I mean? Like ice spikes to get you out of the ice. It was just straight up, just here's a jet sled, here's some spoons, here's some smelt.
It just seemed like people there do ice fish, but nobody there knows how to ice fish.
Correct.
Yes.
It was like going back to the Stone Age of ice fishing, basically. Like, here's a tip up. That's it.
Do you see a lot of felt bibs out there? Like plaid felt bibs? I feel like that's probably a
No,
staple.
they upgrade the Carhartts.
Their jackets. That
lot of-
jacket
yeah.
Griff has on is from Maine. We
I
got
guess
it at his
the
store.
new generation has stepped up to the car.
Flannels and
But
Carhartts.
Their mind is gonna be blown when they see bibs, dude. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was just wearing jeans or like
And like muck boots.
Yeah.
This is their biggest fishing tool right here.
Yeah, that's like
That's what they use. Jacktrap.
that's literally what everyone has. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
They're awesome.
Unbelievable.
They're beautiful.
Look at the gloss finish on that.
Oh,
though.
I'll never
Why
use
wouldn't
it.
you use that?
Top notch.
It's stain job there.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's what they use out there, dude. You go
Hahner
out to
and
a lake
Will.
and there's 30 of them.
We have to use that. We have.
Yeah, we have to film a video with one. But Hahner and Will, guess how much that jack trap is? It is a
Wood- a wooden
glorified tip
tip-up.
up. It's
Wooden
well,
tip-up.
it is a
I mean,
wooden handcrafted
It's like a
tip up.
fold up beaver dam.
It must be
A
expensive.
beaver dam's like what?
Like a
what is
cheap
beaver
one was
dam
like
now? It's
50, 52?
Yeah, $52.99.
And they went up to like $100.
Wow, and that's what everybody fishes with.
And they sell thousands of them.
They literally, it's like a tackle store, but it's just like the factory where they make those.
Yeah, you literally walk in there and it's like this all the way around the room, just 10 deep, all the way around the
They've
entire
got
store.
We sell
Some-
24,000 of those a year.
Yeah. And they hand make them right there in the
24,000
food
of them
too.
a year.
That's
Imagine
insane.
walking
I'm
into
sure-
basically your local tackle shop or like Capra's or something where it's all lined with plastics and spoons, or like Thorn, right?
Mhm.
You walk into Thorn and it's all bibs. You got your jig line, you got spoons, you got musky baits everywhere. Every wall, that same peg is filled with tip ups.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tip
Everyone.
That's
up,
what the whole thing is.
We were
gremlin
talking
sinkers and
by
eagle claw
1,000.
bent hooks, treble hooks.
Yeah.
They
That's-
have
Pretty much.
those.
And that's all they fish with. They don't do anything else.
No, like
Dude, they have
one dude we were fishing with in that tackle shop, we didn't even see another fishing rod in the state of Maine.
It's so absurd, dude.
We
They
seen one guy with electronics, and it was the dude we fished with, and he had life.
Yeah, well, and like
Wow.
Griff, you were out on a lake, and what the guy came up to you and like was talking shit, like, oh, you all look at all this electronics or whatever, right?
Yeah, he was
That
just
first-
like, oh yeah, what's all this stuff? What's that? And I'm like, electronics,
It's a
like
flasher.
I thought he knew what it was. He had no idea. He's just like, oh, you got all this fancy stuff. I'm like, yep. And then I was about to show him, and he's just like, well, I'm gonna go set my jack traps over here, and I'm like, all right,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, that's the
Okay,
thing.
cool.
I don't even think they have interest in like learning.
No,
about it, really.
no
Like they're
interest.
just happy with their jack traps, and it's like,
It works.
I
It
mean-
works.
Yep.
and the thing people see from, I mean, you saw it in episode 1, and we saw out there, like that place is probably the coolest place to fish in the world because there are so many fish, and holy shit, are they dumb?
Very, very
Like,
stupid.
yeah,
fish.
nobody targets them with like conventional fishing techniques.
Going back
Like,
like
just-
30 years.
Sounds
Dude,
awesome.
it's like it's so weird because the fish, literally, most of them probably have never even seen a bait.
That's yeah, that's insane. I can't believe that's the only way they fish.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
when they catch a perch, bluegill, white perch, pike,
Crappie.
crappie, they just throw them on the ice and walk away.
They don't eat any of them, and they're
And
like,
they're like, and the guys are like, oh yeah, this is how we're gonna get rid of them. And I'm like turning live, like, well, there's 50,000 of them, right? Where you just threw that one, and you're gonna kill one because that's all you're gonna catch. But
They're
you're
like-
not getting. I was like, you're not getting rid of these fish. You might as well embrace them. Period.
Yeah.
Eagles have a heyday out there, though.
Wait, they want to get rid of them?
Yeah, they're trying to
Yeah.
kill him.
they treat
Everybody
else
all
is trying to
they
kill 'em.
treat all panfish and like pike species because they have like chain prickle there too. All of those fish they treat as invasive species.
What do they want there?
Trout,
Trout
only.
and salmon.
Trout, salmon, and
Will,
alewife.
Will, I'm not even shitting you. We go to this lake. There is a giant fucking sign at the access, and it has
Oh,
a
the
picture.
one I pointed you
it
to,
had-
Pink.
I wish we had a picture of it, but it has a picture of a perch, a crappie, and a pike, like in a line,
And a smallmouth bass.
and a smallmouth, yeah, in a line like across the sign, and then across the top in giant letters, it just says "Trouble by the bucketful," and then there's this like long explanation about like how invasive these fish are, and like we need to just like ruin their like.
Have they eaten crawfish? I mean, they
No,
taste so much
no.
better
We
than
were on
trout.
a lake,
Trout
we
tastes
gave a
terrible.
We gave a guy a grocery bag full of crappies.
You
at
like
the lake
eat
we were
these.
on.
They are good.
And you never tried them before.
Never tried them.
Yeah.
He's like, I've been fishing here for what, like 20 years or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Dude,
And the
trout
funny-
tastes gross.
And the funny part was he was like, yeah, I mean, if you guys could get a limit for me and I could take some home, we're like, sure. We literally walk to a hole, catch 10 in a minute, throw them, and they're like, there you go.
You
So they
couldn't
do
even get
have
your-
a limit.
No.
No, zero.
Limit.
No limit. No
No,
limit
We
on
kind of
any.
went off our limits though, so
There's
Yeah.
That's
literally
like-
not a limit on anything.
That's like the Columbia River walleyes. You know, I mean, I'm sure you guys are familiar or
Yep.
have heard about how big those walleyes are out there. I fished a lot of guys that, you know, were from that, like Washington or Oregon, that came over to steelhead fish. But I was talking to him about the walleye fishing, this one guy in particular, and he's like, yeah, like I just started doing it like a year ago, but he'd go out this time of year right now at night, and he's like, I average like 2 or 3 over 10 pounds every time I go out. I'm like, that is absurd. And that's normal. He's not like a great walleye fisherman. That's just what he catches. And like same thing, no limit. They're invasive, kill them all. I'm like, he just got a 17 pounder last week.
Jesus.
That's insane.
Yeah. So yeah,
Dude,
so
Maine
that's
is
kind
just
of
crazy.
that's that's kind of what they're dealing with out there. In the next video, we'll kind of have some stuff talking about it more too, because like part of us coming out there was a people everyone will meet in a video and everything's a local guide and just a friend we had made. We'd made a couple friends out there, but like CJ was telling us, like he wants people to embrace the crappies, which we want to too out there, because they legitimately could have the next like world class.
They have the best crappie fishery in the world if they do it right.
yeah.
Yeah, not
no
even close.
question.
Not
I
even
just-
close.
I don't
You're
understand.
good to go pee, Cody. You're good. You don't have
Thank
to
you.
text a group chat. You could just say something.
I don't understand why they would rather eat trout than crappies. It makes zero sense. Trout, in my opinion, do not taste very good compared to a crappie. That's just crazy.
Well, and the best
I don't know.
tasting fish we had out there, just not hopefully speaking for everyone, I thought, but like with the white perch we caught that Pink cooked at the end of that video were fantastic.
Yeah,
Those things are
awesome.
amazing.
I
mean,
didn't
that's
even.
just
I've
much
I've
better.
never had one, but like, dude, I filleted those fish, and like, I would say the meat quality, it's a super firm meat, like super similar to almost like a snapper type, like super
Sure.
dense, firm
Yeah.
meat, super white, awesome. But like, dude, we came off this one lake, and this dude was, I think we parked somewhere we weren't supposed to, or whatever the deal was with that, and the guy came over and chatted with us, and it wasn't like a big deal, but he's like, "Oh, how'd you guys do?" And we kept like a shitload of perch on that one lake.
Yeah.
And we're like, "Oh yeah, we like caught a bunch of crappies and we got all these perch." And he's like, "Yellow perch?" And we're like, "Yeah." And Waldo opens up the bucket and the guy's just like, like, "Why'd you keep those?"
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Like
And they were all like big, like 10 to 12-inch perch, all of them.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
like,
It's
"This is awesome."
absurd, dude. It just doesn't make any sense to me. These people need to figure it the fuck out.
Dude, they don't. Dude, the one dude that we had like a contact with or whatever was saying he knows a guy literally all winter long. He goes out to a lake because the crappies are so stupid. You just drill anywhere. He said he fills a 5-gallon bucket of crappies every morning and just dumps them in his backyard so the eagles come, so he can watch the eagles. He does
That's
it every day.
Dude, I feel like it's so backwards out. This is sort of like back to the technology thing. So in New Brunswick, which isn't that far from Maine, similar kind of folks, our guides that we were hunting with didn't even have binoculars. They would look at the moose through the scopes. And then they'd be like, oh, I'm like, where are your binos? They're like, well, we just look at them through the scopes, man. You can see them. I'm like,
Yeah.
sitting there. I'm like, do you want to look at it? Like, and then they'd always want your binos,
Right.
because they'd want to look at them. I'm like, this is crazy. And then also too, it was so much driving around there. Also too, we were hunting with the tribe. It was on a reservation where we were hunting. So we would just drive around and you'd see moose all the time. But then we got up to a high point, like really high as you could drive. And then we sat out and we glassed one evening and set up the spotter and did the whole thing. And we saw so many moose that night and they were everywhere. And the guides were like, wow, this kind of works pretty good, man. I'm like, yeah,
Like, yeah, this is some
No shit.
wow
Yeah, you're like,
really good.
innovation.
yeah.
Yeah, no binoculars. They would literally just pull up their guns out the truck window, and that's how they would judge a moose. I'm like, this is, and the moose hunter was awesome. They were awesome guys, great dudes, but it's just like everything's like 30 years behind out there.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it was super cool. I mean, and we'll dive into your guys' whole trip out in a sec. But like with that, Will, it was super cool to see seeing CJ. Like he's into it. Like he watches a lot of videos from out here and like had watched us and like was like he had kind of started to learn it. And like when we got out there, it was cool to get with a guy who like got move until you're on fish that bite.
Right.
And we didn't have to just be like, oh, okay, we're gonna drill 4 holes here and chill out for a bit. Like he was all about moving. But like even he, like you could tell how quickly he was picking up on different stuff we were doing. And then like in one video coming up, we ran into a school like in shallow water. And compared to the basin, because they're just so used to like drive to the deepest water, look for the fish type of deal. So yeah, it's definitely coming along out there. But yeah, dude, it is crazy. Like the way they view fish out there is nuts.
Yeah, it's
it
not
is
even
literally
close,
nuts.
man.
But Pink, Waldo, what do you? So
Yeah.
you guys, I mean, we got to me and
So-
Griff basically. Yeah, we made our way out, and then we just had to switch Airbnbs once.
Yeah, so like I feel like ours was like fairly uneventful. I mean, we like flew out to Boston, right? And then like in the video, like you've seen it in the video, like then we take a train up to where you picked us up. But like I would say what?
We also had the drug deal go down in front of us.
Yeah, I would say probably the best thing of that trip was the dude you got into it with on the train.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, Luke had some video of that, and I couldn't use any of it.
So, all right, I'll just like lead into it, and then you can talk because you actually were the one that I got into with the guy. But like, we get on this train. It's like an Amtrak in like downtown Boston, and there was like not a lot of people going from Boston to Maine at like 11:30 at night. So we were like some of the only people on this whole train. We get on and there's like one spot in the train where there's like chairs that face each other. The rest of them are kind of set up like an airplane where it's like all facing one way. So we're like, oh, let's just post up in this little like square thing and we can just like throw all our shit out. And we didn't know, but there was a guy like sitting in the seat right behind us. And like Waldo sits down and he is in like the worst spot possible probably for this guy who is already like belligerently drunk. Hey, Luke, what's up?
Yeah, we just got to your trip out, Luke.
We're just talking about Waldo getting into it with the guy on the train.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Great story.
But so anyway, so we sit down and like immediately the guy that's like, I don't know what you call him, the like train attendant guy or whatever, is like chatting with somebody right next to us. And this guy sitting behind Waldron is just like, shut up for like 30 seconds solid. And everyone's like, what the fuck is going on? And then I don't remember what you did that triggered him hard.
Oh, I know exactly what
Okay, then you go. What do you got?
Oh, I know exactly what it is. So I'm sitting in the seat, and this motherfucker is sitting behind with his fucking knees jabbing into my back. So anytime I move, breathe, do anything, he feels it. And he's drunk as hell, like pulling swigs off of a bottle. Like he's trying to like lean up against the seat with his knees against my seat, or like lean up against the window or whatever. And what's that noise? You guys hear that? Maybe.
Yeah, no, I've been starting to get some bad feedback. I don't know if it's from Waldo or who, but I'm getting feedback.
I don't know. That's really loud though.
Sounds like Morse code.
Run it.
It is Morse code. But anyways, and so I move or must have done something, and all of a sudden I hear, "Don't fucking move!" And I was just like, "What the heck was that about?"
And I'm like, "Here
and
we go."
And he can see this whole thing because he can look through the window behind my seat and see this guy.
So my view is what, because I'm like facing Waldron. So my view is like Waldo's face, and then he's right next to the window, and I can see the reflection of the guy in the seat behind him, like right next to his face. So I'm like watching the whole thing, and the guy's like sitting there, like pulling off a bottle, and then he hit his vape a couple times, and he's like smoking us out.
Oh
with
yeah,
his vape.
pulling it right into us. And so we're sitting there, whatever. A couple minutes go past, and Luke wanted us to do a video or something about either like apparel launch or something. And I'm sitting there filming Pink, and all of a sudden, like I see Pink's face go like from serious trying to film a little video, and I have my phone facing him to his face, like having a hard time to control his because the guy behind me literally sticks his hand out from behind the seat and just flips us all off.
Like he just like snakes his arm through the crack by the window and is just like, and then just like snakes it back.
And then so finally, like, I don't know, like another 10, 20 minutes go by, and this time I wanted to grab something out of my backpack, so I move again. And he freaking just lost it, and him and I start arguing back and forth.
But they're arguing through the little crack.
Yeah,
It was fucking
little crack. And he's like, "What are you looking at?" I'm like, "Well, not much." And he was
no. And then the best line of the whole thing is the
yeah.
guy. He's getting all wound up, and Waldron's like steaming, and like his face is red and shit. And the guy, dead ass, right in the face. He's like, "Don't look at me like you're gonna say something."
Yeah. And like, I'm already saying something. Like, it was bad.
Oh my
and
God.
finally, this dude passes out. Actually, no, we forgot.
He called his girlfriend.
He called his girlfriend. He's like saying how much he loves her and stuff. And like we
So they gotta
Catherine,
deal with that,
I
and then
love
then they gotta deal with a drunk phone call on a train
Samantha.
somewhere north of Boston.
Samantha,
Mind you,
I
there is
love
like
you.
100 empty seats on this fucking train, and we're sitting next to the only guy who is belligerently drunk.
Yeah. And so finally he knocks out. And like we have a couple hours where it's just awesome. And he changes positions so I can actually lean back in my seat. And his whole legs are sticking across the aisle. And there's this one of, not the conductor, but one of the train, not maintenance people, but one of the people that are checking tickets and stuff. And she's not a small lady, but she's not like fat. She's like a linebacker built. And so, Pink, you're muted.
Built. She was built, boy.
Oh yeah, she was big. And this guy is laying his legs across the entire alley, and Pink and I are just looking at each other. And Pink had a better view of this. And this lady is like, there was people that got on the train. She has to go check, and so she's like full head of steam, like
she's walking like normal, full walking speed.
Yeah. And she trucks right through this guy. No hesitation at all. Just steamrolls the dude.
Like totally on purpose. Like she sees him, but she's like, you know what? I'm about to prove my point right here.
Oh, yeah.
And she lights him up.
Oh, and she is.
Right on the climax.
Right on cue.
Yeah. And she just keeps walking. Like, no hesitation, didn't slow down at all. And the guy like kind of like looks up apparently, like, what the hell just hit me? And it was
like his world got turned upside down in like 1 second.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh. That guy was just a train wreck. And then he gets off the train and he just stands there and like just looks around, like totally did not remember how he got to that point in life.
And the stop he got off at, dude, was like bumfuck no.
It was sketch. Like no lights on at all. There's a bunch of like these old nasty like apartments that were like falling apart on the other side of the tracks from
Was
us.
that even in Maine, or that was like northern Massachusetts somewhere?
It was somewhere near the border.
Okay.
Because there was like 2 or 3 stops there, and I don't remember which one it was, but it was really close to the border because then we went for another period of time where we had no stops. But it was like, it was Sketchville. Like, I definitely looked like he belonged there for sure.
I love when we got on that train though, like the big dude that was like kind of running the show, he comes by and he checked our tickets, and like obviously he's seen we were like going all the way to, because I think that was like either the last stop or damn close to where it goes.
That was the last
So
stop.
he's like, oh, y'all are in it for the long haul, huh? And then he's like, boop, see ya.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Is that the same guy who looked at or came in and Luke was filming you guys and was like, "Oh, taking pictures, $10 a shot."
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was funny.
He was pretty cool. Yeah, he was about it.
I will say I love that any old person who sees any sort of camera assumes it's pictures, not video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude had no clue. It was funny.
Oh yeah.
But that was probably the best part of that like travel thing that we didn't get to show.
Well, there's also the whole behind the scenes of Delta TSA and the whole airport that I couldn't show because
Why couldn't you show? Why I don't understand why we couldn't at least show the TSA thing.
Yeah.
Waldo told me not to do anything with his mom.
Yeah.
Oh, that was different.
That was
Yeah,
different.
TSA.
That
Sorry,
was
not
funny.
TSA. I'm talking literally everything in the flight control tower.
Yeah, we literally
Yeah.
we walked into like the Delta flight control deck, and Luke's just
Yeah,
filming
Luke,
every-
mind you, like you,
There's-
what are you thinking? Just walking around being like, "I'm cool to film this," and just pointing a camera everywhere.
Well, dude, and like we walk in there, and it was like you are not supposed to be where we are, and everyone in there just turned around like, "Who the fuck are these people?" And there's like no security to get in there. Like we just went up this elevator, and it was like, and we're like in their lunchroom, like in the thing, and then they're like kind of just like, "Well, just don't like film any of these screens."
Yeah.
And Luke's just like all of it, get it all.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was, but no, there was a pretty good TSA incident actually, where Luke got checked and stopped because he had like a full-size bottle of shampoo in his. The noise went away, Luke.
Yeah, no, it's his mic that are making the noise, so he's turning it on and off when
Oh,
he's going to
okay.
talk. But Luke, what did you get confiscated with at TSA security? What did you think you could bring on a train? Or sorry, a plane?
I forgot.
It was like 7 gallons of shampoo.
Oh, you got to take your headphones off. Your headphones are dying. That's what it is.
There's off or what?
Ooh, that fixed it. Oh,
That fixed it.
No,
Wait a
I
minute.
I muted him, but your headphones are definitely the problem. So unplug those.
How about now?
oh
Now
yeah.
you're way
Perfect.
better.
Honey.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I brought an entire brand new bottle of shampoo in my bag.
And we
It's
filmed
not
it.
even-
I don't know why we didn't get. That was I filmed it on my phone. I know I gave it to you.
Oh, son of a bitch! I didn't
Oh,
see
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I filmed the whole thing because he was turning all red and shit. It was awesome.
Oh, it was hilarious.
We'll
The
save it.
best part about it is like the guy like
Maybe I'll lead off the next episode and be like, "Shot that was missed in the travel portion," and it's just
Yeah.
Luke's red
It-
face.
it-
like,
you'll-
shit,
you'll
I
lead
tried
it
to-
off
I
with,
just
like,
wanted to sneak in some Dove shampoo and conditioner.
Oh,
Yeah, that'll be good.
Oh yeah, but the best part about that was the guy confiscates the shampoo, and like Luke sitting at like there's this metal table, and Luke standing on one side, this dude standing straight in front of him, and like instead of letting Luke pack his bag back up, the guy's just stuffing everything.
And he's struggling. He's
Like-
struggling to get it back.
Like struggling. It's just stuffing all this shit back into the bag. And like he's sitting there like putting pressure on it, like trying to zip the zipper shut. And it's a really nice bag. Like it's one of one like Gophers bag that Luke got for playing. And he's sitting there just cranking it. I thought for sure he was
Well,
going-
and Luke was kind of like reaching, like, "Hey, let me grab," and he's like, "No."
yeah.
Like
It
you're a
was-
terrorist, bro. Don't zip
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. You bought shampoo, dude. You can't touch shit. Like
I had that
it's
perfectly packed too. And then
Well, Luke, what did you have packed in there?
I had all my clothes and my entire float suit packed in there perfectly.
oh yeah.
The full ice armor float
Because he didn't
suit.
send anything with you, so he's like literally wearing his winter boots through the airport, dude.
He wore
Like
them.
he left his shoes at my house.
Yeah. He didn't want to bring them, and he wore those giant boots. They look like Klondike boots the entire trip. Like,
Oh,
that was Luke's footwear. Your feet must have been just dying in that airport.
They were barking.
brutal.
Yeah.
Dude,
No, it was pretty bad, but that was fun. Oh, we got to hang out with Connor Gramhonner.
Oh, nice.
Oh
Where'd
yeah,
you see him?
we went and stopped and visited Boo up in the
The
up in
golf
Greece.
place.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because he
Oh,
works
yeah.
at the airport.
Yep.
So we went
yeah.
up there and comped us some drinks. It was lit.
And
Nice.
those weren't just drinks. Those were some
Oh, no. No,
serious
no.
drinks. Oh,
Con Dog's making you a drink.
Well, especially because he's like, "I'll take care of my boys," you know.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. And he was super hyped because like I think he was just having a long day or something. So he was
Yeah.
just pumped.
Yeah. Well, it
I
was
just
funny
love
because
that Waldo so nonchalantly calls Connor Boo that at least 60 to 75% of the Chronicles fan base now thinks Waldo's gay.
Yeah, it's fine. He's my
Because he
But it
just was like, "This is my boo."
I
And he
wish we would
points
have.
at him, and you're
I wish
like,
we would have captured this on film though, because we're so like the golf thing at MSP is like elevated, like it's just a
Yeah.
big glass wall thing. So we like walk into like the big open area below that, and we're like, "Oh, dude, I wonder if Connor's working." So Waldron calls him, And he literally, like, he's like dialing on the phone and he's like, hello? And he's telling him like, hey, yeah, we're like in the airport. And we look up there and Connor's just like standing in front of the glass. So he just like turns around and he's just like,
Yeah.
like he's literally just standing right there in the window. We're just like, what's up?
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
have the clip of you
Oh,
being
dude.
like, "We're in."
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That was
good.
that was awesome. Yeah. So we got a little liquored up, tuned up for the plane ride there.
Nice. That was right before we went into the Delta thing.
Yeah. That was right before we went up to
Had
the
some drinks, and all of a sudden you were landing planes in Minneapolis.
We were up in the flight control tower. That was fun. Then we went back down to the concourse, and like my mom just like loads us up with shit.
Yeah,
fucking
full
dried
snack
mango-
load.
Oh yeah, dried mangoes, chips, which actually ended up saving our asses on that train ride. Like I was getting hungry. That was a long train ride. But we had what else? We landed in Boston and everything was going pretty smooth or whatnot. Then we had another Uber driver take us from the rental car place or whatnot. And I don't know what it was, but we had the lamest Uber drivers ever. Like we were poking and prodding, like trying to like get some good shit out. And like, no, it was just like, you moved here
pretty dry.
It was super dry.
Yeah.
So like, no, that was kind of unfortunate. I was hoping to get some just absolute nut job or something.
Pink, tell Hahner where you bought Bobby the Lobster.
Oh yeah.
So
The fans probably didn't gather this either because like it was not it was filmed good, but it wasn't like this is where we are standing right now.
Right. And I think unless you've been to Boston, you probably wouldn't recognize it, right? Because we went down like by the harbor there where there's like a big bridge that goes across, which I'm sure is like iconic and shit. But right next to it is the Garden, which is like where the Bruins play, right?
Yep.
And like the Celtics and stuff. And like literally the same building is like where this train station is. And then there's kind of like a mall like part of it too. It's just like this giant ass building. And so right before we went on the train, we're gonna like buy this lobster or whatever, and it's gonna like ride the train with us. But it's like the middle of the night, right?
Yeah,
so we
like,
go in there. It's like this store is like open, but like, you know, you go to like the like deli thing and it's all like shut down, the lights are off, except for this giant tank of lobsters and it has like a light on. And we're like, dude, they have like, this is so perfect, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know how long we walked around that store because we're like, we just need to find somebody that works.
Dude, it was like 20 minutes.
We walked around the whole store like multiple times. We're like, there's no employees here.
Yeah.
But there's tons of people shopping like in there.
Oh yeah, and there was people everywhere, and like the place was definitely open, and there was not a single employee anywhere. And then I finally go around to like the very like lower level of the store, like where there was a couple more cash registers, and there's like 20 people just standing there.
So Waldron asked somebody like, hey, like we're trying to get a lobster, like somebody help us out. And then there was like some discussion and finally someone was like, yeah, I can help you.
Yeah.
So whatever, we go down and like, you know, this guy was awesome that helped us out, but he gets us this big ass lobster and everything.
Dude, I don't know if you low key noticed this when you were buying that thing or not, but I totally got the vibes of it when he was on camera because like I put him in the video. But when he looked at you guys and were like, are you going to release this like outside or something? He 1000% thought Luke was filming for PETA. And
dude,
getting a lobster to release outside.
For
Luke's
sure.
filming everything. And the guy was chill, but he was like, oh, you guys are like, this is some kind of bit. You're like trying to
like he's so
free it to the fucking ocean or something.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and then, like,
no.
it's like,
You're like, absolutely not.
I was like, you have no idea, dude.
yeah, it's like, no, we're gonna kill it. Like,
I was like, we're taking it to Maine and then we're gonna kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sorry for the spoiler of people. If you heard the crunch behind the B-roll when we got in the kitchen, that was Bobby.
That was
what was he there 7 minutes and you had already cut him in half?
I was hungry, dude. I was like, let's
What are you
do
talking
this.
about 7 minutes? He literally slaps it on the
It might not even been that long.
life.
Dude, but like, okay, so we name it Bobby because so there's like at the Garden, like where this is at, So that I've never seen. So there's literally a grocery store and then just a statue of Bobby Orr right in front of it.
Yeah. where he's
Like
doing
it's like a 20-foot tall statue right in front of the grocery store. And we're like, this is lit.
Well,
yeah, you got a picture there. I think that picture's so hard. I've been waiting for one of you guys to post it.
I'll post it tonight.
I'm saving it with my mixtape drop, Bart.
All right. Oh,
those pictures are sick. Yeah.
Okay, so Luke's gonna tune out here in a sec because he needs to. He's gonna help me finish the next episode.
Sorry, bro.
But no, I wanted to let Luke chat quick. Luke, was there anything from your trip out with them that you saw that you want to bring up, or anything when we were out there in general?
I will say that it wasn't quite featured, but one of the most interesting things that happened while we were there was the first day when I was literally relaying fish back to a different hole to let go for like 15 minutes straight. Like, as fast as I could. I was literally grabbing 4 to 6 fish at a time, like in a basket in my arms, and then just like launching them into a different hole and then running back. And by the time I got back over there,
dude, you'll love this.
There's already like 4 or 5 more fresh ones on the ice from the 10 seconds it took me to get back there.
Yeah, because as soon as we released the fish, it would spook the school. And the school
yeah,
would
we
move.
figured out that the fish were so those fish are so juvenile and like new to like being caught and stuff. They're really dumb. You drill a hole and they like come to it. They're like, oh, what's this light? But then when one gets caught and gets released, it's so scared that they're all like, ah, and then they all vanish too.
Yeah.
So we literally like, and I think like Pink said, you could open your bail on a pinhead, and I don't think your bait could hit the bottom.
No,
I think a fish would catch.
There's zero chance.
Oh
You're
my
literally
gosh.
piranhas.
Yeah, so we're catching them, and all of a sudden we each got like 10 or 15 of them in front of our holes, and we're like, we don't want to keep these ones. They're like 9 inches.
Yeah.
And we're like, Luke, you got to release them somewhere else. So yeah, he's just graphing. Like, dude, if we had a shopping cart, he would have filled the whole thing up. Just driven around and
we
poured it
literally
out.
probably caught like 600 crappies
in an hour
in that one spot.
Oh my gosh.
There is a clip of
Asinine.
me literally looking at Griff because him and I were fishing the same hole for a bit and probably caught 70 out of it in like 5 minutes. There's a clip of me looking at Griff going, I think we could eradicate this pond in 8 hours if we wanted to.
Just with a single
Sure.
drink bowl.
I don't know if we could have caught them all, but like if we could, like we would have caught them all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Turn the Mega Live all the way around and never be out of the school.
Yeah, there's
Just literally everywhere.
It was just biggest school of 9 to like
For 360.
yeah, it was crazy. So that's a good one, Luke. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was documented, but like I kind of had to edit around it too because there was no audio of anyone being like, yeah, so Luke's just throwing these fish back immediately because we're trying to get a bigger one. And like the people have gotten so pissed about us leaving a fish out for more than 5 seconds lately.
Yeah.
That we were like, okay, whatever, we'll get around that. But yeah, that was a good one. What else you got, Luke? What about the greatest gas station chicken we've ever had in our? Oh, the biscuit.
Oh, the biscuit.
Oh, there you go.
I don't even remember what that place was.
That gets some people fired up.
Can talk about that. Yeah.
I don't remember what that place was called, but it was like a legit destination gas
It was
station.
legit.
It was the Rusty Lantern or something.
Yes.
No. Shut your whore mouth.
No,
The Rusty
no.
Lantern is what gave you guys the breakfast sandwiches in the morning that made everything smell like diarrhea for 7 hours.
Those were good.
Oh yeah.
Those were good though.
The sandwiches were good.
Sound
They were
Next
not
2 hours.
appealing.
we drove
Not
off.
Mine
Someplace
sucked
called.
every time.
That was the only thing I could eat all day until dinner, so they were good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What was that gas station called?
I don't know, dude. It was just like a random gas station like you have in Alabama or something. It's
whatever.
just like
It
a
was all
7-Eleven that's just got bomb chicken in it. But Luke, tell us about it.
so they had these, like they have the menu and they got this deal, right? So it's like a combo box or whatever. And they got the wedge fries next to the chicken. So I'm like, all right, I want a combo. Get the 3 tenders. And it says it comes with a biscuit too. So I get up to the cash register, look in the box, and there's just no fries in there. And I was just like sick. And I even questioned her. I was like, did you forget to put the fries in? Like, it doesn't come with fries. She's like, no, it doesn't come with fries. I'm like,
Oh.
She was not taking your charm, Luke.
Like,
You didn't woo this Maine woman.
No.
Come to find out that really the biscuit was just that good that you didn't even need the fries.
No,
The chicken was ridiculous, but it was like a blueberry like glaze biscuit. It was unreal.
So I didn't get one of these, but I heard about this biscuit for like 2 goddamn days.
Yep. So did I. I didn't get one either.
It was incredible. I got the honey one. Ooh.
Motherfucker's been cooking for us for 2.5 years. We get a gas station biscuit.
And he's like, my life
blows it out of the water.
I don't. It was a timing thing.
Wait, Luke, that also made me think of. So how did you get me the audio clip of the flight boarding to Boston that I used in the trailer and stuff? Because I have a video clip of this.
I forgot about that.
Incredible. So I have a shot list for Luke for this because in my head I'm like, okay, I have 10 things I know I need to make this video sick, and one of them is I need audio of flight boarding now or whatever the flight is. Like I wanted crisp audio of that, and obviously I could probably get it off some pirated site or whatever. But I was like, Luke, you're gonna be there, try to get it. And meanwhile, I have to find this audio in a 5.5-minute clip of the camera not pointed at anything. And I'm like, what's going on here? So Luke, how did you get this audio? Because it was crisp as fuck and it was really good. And it was a lot of negotiations happened.
So the audio was not on that 5-minute clip, as you found out. It was like probably like a 15-second clip because what happened was.
Oh, it was right after. Yeah. Because you started. I did listen to the whole 5.5-minute clip though, thinking it was there.
Correct. But yes, we were like one of the last couple people on the plane, but we weren't the last ones. There was probably like, Pink. Remember the dude that was behind us?
The big guy.
The yoked guy.
He looked mad at everything that has ever happened in his entire life.
Because the dude was just steady doing steroids.
Oh yeah, he's just sitting there like this.
He was huge.
Like he couldn't like cross his arms because they're just too big. Like his chest would stop him. So like he'd try to cross his arms, but they would be like this. Like,
so it was.
He was the last one.
Was he?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
yeah. Oh, he was the last one. You kept making us laugh though, so we were like all facing.
Well, because you kept being like, you should fight him, and I'm like,
well, you can't get out of the seat. You get a couple shots in.
Yeah,
I was like, I'll get one swing, bro.
Oh yeah. We were like standing in the line. We were going through the hypothetical situation, like what would happen if he swung.
He's like, well, you said it. What if you get one swing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm bringing it straight across the jaw, dude, right to left. Like you get one go.
Yeah, Pink's like right hook, and I'm like looking back. I'm like, this motherfucker's gonna hear us or something. And
I'm sure he did. He was like, mm-hmm.
All right. No. Anyways, Luke. So how did you get this audio clip of the flight boarding?
Well, so we're getting on scanning. I scanned my pass, and I'm like, all right, I need to get this, but I was not trying to hold this guy up, so I like kind of walked off to the side and didn't go into the gate or whatever. And then I actually went backwards, and then there was 2 ladies there, and one of them was like, sir, you need to go on. You need to board the plane now.
They were not having it.
No.
Like, they're like, you're a terrorist.
Yes. So then the guy thankfully passed me, and then I hung around, and I like negotiated my way with the younger chick, and was like, listen.
There's 0 people left in the gate area, and he's like, can you please say you're still boarding the flight? Like, there's no one left. And like me and Waldron at this point have completely abandoned Luke. We're like, we are not with this guy.
We're walking down, we're like, this is not going well. We're just gonna keep
Yeah, I'm like, listen, I don't need to record you. I'm not gonna point the camera at you. I'll literally point it down here, but I need you to just repeat that this plane is boarding right now. And then
the funniest thing is the old lady was absolutely not having it, and I can hear the audio, and he talks to the young chick, and Luke just bats his fucking eyes at her, and she's just like, oh yeah, for sure. And she just doesn't quite.
She just doesn't. Like, all right, thanks.
Oh my God.
He's like, literally, I can hear him go, thank you, and he just turns like that's the clip. He was in and out so quick.
I just clomped my winter boots onto the gate.
He's just clomping around.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I love the pilot walking off the plane with you guys was funny. Too.
oh, dude, he was shooting the shit. He's like,
But okay, anything else? So we had that gas station chicken. Anything from so people haven't seen it yet. So if we filmed it, we don't want to talk about it. But well, I mean, getting the truck stuck was kind of funny, and that will be in the video. But
Yeah, I gotta go do
I
that.
think, dude, we should talk about. So we got that guy on the ice was like. Actually,
well, Luke, if you need to go, you can head out now too, and we'll chat about the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna go timeline that actually.
Bye, Luke.
All right, see you
later,
Luke.
dude.
See
Yeah.
ya. No, there's 4.
So
Okay.
now there's 4. Are you?
There's 4.
Where'd Blue
Do
go?
you know Matt?
Well, he's having internet issues.
Yeah.
But that dude on that first lake.
Oh, come on over there, over here.
So yeah, he's
And then we
like,
get over there, and he's like, "Get the fuck away from my shit!" And you're like,
I'm
"The
a
fuck are you
boxer. I'll
talking
kill
about,
you.
dude?"
he's like,
Yeah, I'm a
yeah.
boxer. I got 3 teeth. No, I'm pretty sure you're
No,
on.
you
that.
just do
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
looked at
math.
Griff as we were walking away. I was like, he definitely does math. He's not.
Yeah, he was boxing the meth
He's
pipe.
like, I got a fight coming up.
Sure you do.
Against your meth pipe.
Mhm.
Yeah. But like literally, so we're like on our way across this lake to where Griff had like found these crappies, like the day before.
Yep.
And the dude's like asking if we're looking for crappies, and he's like, "Oh yeah." And then he's like, "Dude, they're all right in here, right here." And he's got like a little permie out there that he rented from some guy
Yeah.
Paid
For
high
$50
dollar for it.
bucks.
for 50
High dollar.
bucks.
$50 for all day.
All
but
the
he spent
firewood
high
he can
dollar.
handle.
I know.
So
We're
he's
like high dollar my ass, dude.
And-
I
and
met
all
the
he-
guy that runs them the day before, so I knew how much they were.
and so this guy's just got out like all his fucking tip ups, right? And we get over like towards his area and we start drilling it out, and it's loaded, like they're everywhere. So we start fishing around and we're like whacking and stacking, and we did get pretty close to his shit. But then he came out, like he was like telling us, like they're right here, like they're right under my shit. And so we're like working our way that way, and eventually he comes out and he's like pissed and he's like yelling at us and shit. And I thought he was just fucking around, like I thought he was like joking. So I'm like start laughing, and he was like even more pissed.
Not having it.
And then we were like, oh damn, like this guy's actually mad at us. So then we dip, and then Waldron, I don't know how you went and fucking peace piped it with him later, but then what did you say to him when you went over there?
I don't know. I just started.
Yeah, all of a
handing
sudden
him-
we're like, okay, we should probably leave or this guy's going to kill us because he's definitely from Boston. I can tell by his accent.
And then you walked over there.
And then we walked away and we turned around and Waldo's walking at his permie. And that man was just enraged telling us he would fuck us
And
up.
he was like coming out to meet you. Like
Yeah,
he,
he was like definitely
like,
Eastern boy looking
oh.
for a fight. And we're just watching Waldo happily walk over to his house. And I'm
I
like,
waved him out. I
I was like,
just
this guy is going to
"Get your
get
ass
dude.
over
I'm like,
here."
great.
Yeah.
We just got to our first lake for our first hour and Waldo's going to get capped.
Oh yeah. Well, so I waved him out or whatever, and I had I grabbed a couple bags of clam plastics or whatever, just being like, just trying to make peace, so we didn't have to deal with shit later in the day or whatnot. I just was not in the mood for conflict, so I just go over there, give him some plastics, and just start chatting him up. And dude was a mess. Like, yeah. And so
It was like 10 in the morning and he was at least 4 sheets to the wind.
oh
the
yeah.
amount of twisted teas that were being slammed.
Oh yeah, he was half a
Nice.
case of twisted teas into it already.
Oh yeah, but so I give him some plastics or whatever, and just start talking with him, and said, sorry, we got a little too close to your tip up or whatnot. And I mean, he was so butthurt about us being close to that tip up, and like he wanted us to go in the specific area, and we were like, well, I mean, you could have told us, like
Right.
I don't know. The dude the whole situation was just freaking weird. It was, yeah.
And however that shook out, like, dude, by the end of it, this guy was like subscribing to our channel, and like he's like so psyched that this.
We were on the other end of the lake just fucking up Perch's life, and I put a drone up in there to fly, and I watch him walk outside, point at the sky, and he's like, "There's a drone, a drone!"
But he was like our best friend, dude, because like
So
that was the guy we gave a bag of crappies to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sent him a couple Vexlar hats.
And then he goes, I've never caught a perch before. And I'm like, walk over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like
literally
about
right
100
there.
feet
Like,
down.
how have you never caught a perch? There's 5 million of them right
we
there.
literally filled a 5-gallon bucket in like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And they're
Dude, Hahner too. So like you think of perch and you're like, oh man, that's not fun. That's kind of a joke. These
Yeah.
Maine perch are mean. You think you hooked an 18 to 20 inch walleye.
Just
They're like
fight.
lake trout hybrid perch.
Yeah.
Just fight
they're
like
just
crazy.
mad.
They're
Yeah.
really, really mad.
You hook them and it's just
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, bud,
Wow.
settle down here.
No, like they peel drag. Like if you hooked a 12 incher, peel drag, and you were like, ooh, good perch.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's
eater.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're very cool. But okay. Anything, so we talked a lot about the trip, that part and everything. Is there anything from, I mean, the coming episodes and days people will see? I mean, we
Did
can
you-
always have guys back on too in a few
Did you-
episodes to chat
Bart-
about a few things.
Bart,
What's up?
did you get any video of that dude at the gas station?
Oh no! Where I
Motherfucker!
actually thought I was
Fuck
gonna die.
you. Bart was so scared.
Yeah. Well, you guys left him. Like, you guys literally
Yeah,
left
you
him there.
abandoned me.
I just walked into the store. I'm like, why is this guy yelling at a person?
That's because he thought you were going to get throat punched.
He walked in because he's like, "Well, Bart's gonna die."
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's got to get out right next to the
He's
guy.
like, I don't want to be a witness.
So Hunter, we're on like I don't remember if it was our second or third day of like driving 2 hours in the morning to where we needed to get to good ice, and where we could get on some fish. So after we get off, we're driving back and like we got to hike, but driving back and we're pulling into this gas station. Well, I pull into this parking spot and Luke's behind me on the passenger side. Griff's in my passenger seat. I park. We all get out like you're going into a gas station.
Mhm.
Well, the moment I am pulling in, a car was backing out, which happens at a gas station.
Right.
And I park, open my door, and I take 2 steps out, and I had just shut my door. And this guy who had backed out gets out of his car and walks over. And I mean, dude, he is 5 feet from me. Like, he is right there. Looking directly at the ground. Griff is walking in front of him, kind of looking at what's going on, passing to go in front, and it's just fuck motherfucker. And you can watch his face if you've seen that Disney
Those
movie
rage.
with the emotions, that
Yeah.
rage.
Where-
You
yeah.
can watch the rage coming into his face. Once again, he is 3 feet from me right here. Griff sees that and is like, nope, I'm inside. And just goes inside.
No.
I'm trapped between my truck
Okay,
and
I'm
this
out.
guy. And Luke is hiding behind my truck at this point because he doesn't know what's going to happen. And he just gets enraged and turns around and storms to his car.
And
I
peeled
step-
out.
and peels out. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
step inside and I look at Luke and I'm like, he's like, what'd you do? I'm like, I don't know. I thought I was gonna die.
And meanwhile, Pink and I are at the other end of the parking lot in the rental truck, and we're sitting there watching this going on, and we have no idea any context to this at all because
What's going on over there?
yeah, so,
They're just looking at this guy screaming at me.
yeah. So Bart is
Looks
literally
like he's
standing
screaming
with
at me.
his hands in his pockets, super tense looking, and this dude is just losing it, and Griff just beelines it into the gas station.
And I'm just like, I
I'm
am in
out.
literally, I have never felt more in my life like that Simpsons meme of the haha, I'm in
Yeah.
danger.
Yeah.
That was
Like-
literally me at that moment.
It's like,
God.
buddy, don't lose all your energy on this fight. You got a wife to
It
come home
was
to and
crazy,
beat the
dude.
shit out of.
Yeah. That's
Maybe
yeah.
Make sure
Yeah.
to complain about some cooking tonight.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Whatever. He
I
was
don't know.
so mad. I
Yeah.
don't know what, but holy shit was he mad.
I don't know, man.
I wasn't
Um,
sticking around to find out. I was like, yep, crazy people. I'm going to go that way.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
But then was there anything? I'm trying to think
We
of
got
anything
some
else.
dope ass hoodies, Connor.
Oh, yeah.
Cody, you'd like this.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Oh,
no, Bart showed me that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think literally I wore it on the first podcast when we were back. I was
Yeah.
like, look at this.
I just ordered one.
Dude, I feel like that Maine, it reminded me a lot of northern Wisconsin. Other than it's hilly and shit. But
Yeah.
And there's
Way
10
prettier.
bajillion thousand more fish in each lake.
well, right. But I mean it's I'm talking the people.
Yes.
It's like
Oh, yeah.
very
Oh, yeah.
similar to where it's like they're either people that are doing like outdoors stuff or they're just doing drugs.
Yeah.
That is it. There's nothing else.
There
And
was
actually, I
middle
should
ground.
say too, Pink. I remember saying to you guys when we were there, like searching for the really, really, really big freaks out there that people post like the 18 to 20 inchers.
Yep.
I got immediate flashbacks to chasing ghosts
Yeah.
because we live scoped or mega lived, whatever, a few of those lakes, and there's like 6 fish in them.
Right. There's
Literally.
like very little bait.
Literally,
just a
6
couple
crappies in the
rando
whole lake.
giants.
Yeah, so you would either get into a lake and be like, there's 10 million fish here, or you'd like point the live around a few times and you're like, ooh, one of these lakes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, those are my favorite.
But also, dude, like I've never been more confident that I've seen a 20-inch crappie.
Yeah.
than I was. We seen 6.
6. I watched him swim to your guys' jigs like 20 times. Like, oh, he's going to eat.
yeah,
Literally, guaranteed. They were all 20s, dude.
They were giant.
Without a doubt in my mind.
yeah, we've seen some really big fish on live.
Well, we looked
on
at
bars and
how many
everything.
big ones days prior, 15s,
Yeah.
whatever. And we're like, there's a big one. These were like another level
Dude,
above
that's
them.
20. I mean, it's probably
They
a
were
4.5
stupid.
pound crappie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're huge.
It was crazy. But alrighty, we don't need to run any longer on this. As more episodes come out, if we need to have the boys back on to chat some more behind the scenes stuff, we can bring them on for like 20 minutes or so or something. But it's hard for me to remember everything that went on too, because we were out there for literally, Griff and I were gone for 11 days. So we'll have a lot more trips and everything. But yeah, does anyone have anything else to add? Otherwise, I think I'm going to cut this off and people keep tuning into the episodes. Make sure you buy the Frozen Kitchen Cookbook. And if you want any of the new merch from the Chronicle stuff, you can get a picture of Griff riding a crappie. That's for sale now.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we have our St. Jude fundraiser on Saturday too. So you can come have beer with us. I invited Hahner. We'll see if he comes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. It was this weekend.
We got
So that's
on
enough.
Saturday.
Hey, we got a place for you to stay, bud.
Hey, I'll throw this out. I put this on Instagram, but if anybody's buying that book, I'm doing a giveaway on my Instagram right now. So if you buy a copy of the Frozen Kitchen, we're giving away Chronicles. I got like one of the new flat bills with the cool. This hat. Giving one of these away. So all you gotta do is buy a book, and then screenshot the like purchase confirmation and just send it to me in a DM, and then you're entered to win. If you're
And
in
don't
it.
forget to rate it
Does
5
it tell,
stars.
tell you how many you've sold already, Pink?
It will. I think
Got to
it,
be
like,
a ton.
it takes a long time. Like it doesn't update live, so it's like it only updates so often or whatever. So
Right.
I don't know how long it's gonna take before I can like see that, but yeah, because like it still says 0, which I know isn't true.
I've had a pile of people said they've already ordered them, and people sending me their screenshot of them with the order.
Yeah, so I don't know if it like updates once a day or like what the deal is, but
Right. Okay.
yeah. So
But yeah. Alrighty. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you to the boys for all tuning in tonight. Like I said, we'll probably bring everybody back in one more time towards the end. But next week, fantasy fishing. I made the group. So if you're not in the group, go join the fantasy fishing group. We're going to talk about our picks, but we're not going to do a whole show on it. It's going to be like a 5-10 minute segment.
Well, that's nice, doesn't it? That's
for the Elite Series on Okeechobee.
Yeah,
Okeechobee,
Yep.
Yeah, on
Okeechobee.
Okeechobee. So before that starts, but until then, thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode of Past the Barb.